Well, we welcome you to the city of Wichita here, while the Emporia High girls take a road trip to face the Independent Panthers. Here tonight, the Lady Spartans bounce back coming off the loss at Washington Roll, where we actually saw a lot of good flashes in that first half, a lot of different impressive scores. Unfortunately, could not follow it up in the second. But the Lady Spartans come in looking for their first win here the 24-25 season, and they're going to play an independent team that is 1-7 on the season. Both teams played Hayes this year. That's actually the most recent opponent for the independent Lady Panthers, and they took a loss 73-18. The Lady Spartans played Hayes at home just a couple weeks ago, or really around a week ago, and it was a 66-12 loss at home. Lady Spartans will be without Adea Hefner tonight, and it'll be the third game now this season that this Emporia team is missing a starter and is a little short-handed. Obviously, they were missing Bailey Wiltz down in Great Bend, and then Tuesday in that Hayes game, we're missing Macy Davis. Tonight, they will be without Adea Hefner, who's averaging just short of 4 a game and actually had 6 on Friday, which was second on the team. They were led by Jada Geary with 8 in that Washburn Rule game, had 2 big threes, and has really become a scoring source for the Spartans running the point. That being said, should be a good one tonight. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back here with starting lineups and tip-off on E-Town Sports Network.
here at the Independent High School, and here's tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Emporia High Lady Spartans, it is senior number 1 Ryan Howe, freshman number 2 Jade Aguirre, sophomore number 5 Bailey Wiltz, freshman number 11 Macy Davis, and freshman number 13 Sydney Beheimer. And for the Independent Panthers, it is freshman number 3 Kaylee Self, senior number 4 Laura Fleming, sophomore number 14 Chelsea Del Muro, senior number 21 Piper Short, and senior number 23 Melissa Malcolm. It will be Malcolm and Davis for the tip. And we're underway in Wichita. The tip goes to Emporia. It's Ryan Howe hauling it in off to Jade Aguirre. And Independent will start in a 2-3 zone. Emporia will move it around. Aguirre left-handed pass off to Beheimer. Back to Aguirre on the wing. Inside. Davis kicks out to Aguirre in the corner. Quick jab and dribbles back out. Inside to Howe in the corner. Up top, Davis with the right hand. No good. Put back. It goes. And Macy Davis will give the Lady Spartans here the early lead. 2-0 in Wichita. And Lady Spartans are going to come out with a press as well. Self-travel trying to haul in the pass from Del Muro. It'll be Aguirre getting the inbounds pass to Wiltz on the right wing. Aguirre and Wiltz exchange a few passes. A bounce pass into Davis. Davis goes with the left, finds Howe backside, pump fake from the short corner. And now Wiltz open for 3, no good. Rebound Sydney Beheimer. She goes up with it and she is fouled. The 5'5 freshman will go to the free throw line.
Panthers foul number 21. Piper Short. It's her first, team's first. The line, Beheimer.
And free throw number 1 is no good. And the second one goes for Beheimer to make it 3-0 Emporia. And Emporia continuing to bring the press. First time we've really seen this from the Lady Spartans. Driving through it is Malcolm off to the short corner. The shot, no good. Rebound by Del Muro. Del Muro goes with the left hand, then brings it back out. And sets things back up top at that Panther logo at midcourt. It's a give off to Kaylee Self. Out in the corner to Del Muro again, who will take it now with the right. Puts up a floater, it's no good. Sydney Beheimer will rebound for Emporia. And the Lady Spartans are going to move quickly off to Aguirre in the corner. Inside, good find at Davis, it's good, plus the foul. And Macy Davis with 4 early points and has a chance to make it 5. Emporia with the 5-0 lead as Davis will go to the free throw line now for 1. And with that, it'll be Chandra Malpartia coming in.
At the line, Macy Davis for the Spartans.
And no good. Jade Aguirre nearly got the offensive rebound, but instead, Marissa Malcolm hauled it in for Independent. So it's a 5-0 Lady Spartan lead to start things off. It'll be Self holding it up top. And pass nearly stolen by Wiltz. Now some contact, it goes out of bounds, and it's Emporia basketball. And with that, we'll see the first Emporia High sub of the game. It is junior Kinsley Hines coming in for Ryan Howe. Left wing to Beheimer. Her and Hines play some catch. It's up top now to Aguirre. Aguirre takes it up to the top of the key. Cross court to Beheimer. Back up top, Aguirre. Emporia, good ball movement around the zone. Now Beheimer will take it down the baseline, kicks back out. Aguirre, quick pump fake out to Wiltz. Wiltz, wing 3, money. Bailey Wiltz with the 3-pointer, and it's an 8-0 Emporia start. Off, and now Kinsley Hines is going to pick up a foul. And so, first Emporia foul. Self's inbound pass will go over the top to Del Miro. Backside pass knocked away from Fleming. Aguirre will have it and will move things quickly. It's off to Wiltz. Wiltz looking inside of Davis, finds her. Davis spins around with the left, no good. Rebound goes to Wiltz. Emporia is going to keep it, and the floater good from Bailey Wiltz, who now leads Emporia with 5. Lady Spartans started off 10-0. And the pass wayward, and the Emporia pressure will force a turnover and a timeout from head coach Taylor Myers. We'll take a quick break and then be right back in a moment on E-Town Sports Network. Back from the timeout, a great start for Emporia High. They have it. They forced the turnover, and they've gone up 10-0 here early in this one with 4:47 to play, searching for that first win. Geary back across to Beheimer inside, high post, Davis. Hines up top of Geary, floats it, no good off the front of the rim, and it's rebounded by Malcolm. Malcolm will bring it down the floor now for the Lady Panthers, and she is fouled. It's going to be on Davis. So the second Emporia foul now of quarter number 1. Inside, Malcolm, no good. Rebound Self, she goes up and is fouled. Will have a chance to get independent on the board. So now the third Emporia foul.
And Self will shoot 2 free throws for Independent. Nice to mark the first for the lefty. That's in and out.
And in and out on the first.
It's happened before when I'm calling. Self looking for the second on the way.
And it's good for Self to make it 10-1 and get the Lady Panthers on the board. And the pass from Emporia goes out of bounds. Independent will get it back. And with that, Ryan Howe will come back in the game now for Sydney Beheimer. And then Del Miro knocked away by Wiltz, but Del Miro will end up with it still for Independent. A couple of crossovers, and now she'll try to drive inside through 2 Emporia defenders. It's no good. Aguirre grabs another board. Emporia might have numbers here, and the miscommunication on the pass. Independent will get it back. And Emporia will continue to press here. Del Miro off to Malcolm. Malcolm spins, goes up left-handed through 3 Emporia defenders and draws a foul. It'll be 2 free throws for her. Fouls on Hines, her second. And the first one no good from Malcolm. Into the game for Emporia now is number 15, Audrey Cunningham. Second one, no good, and rebound goes to Davis. It was a tough one. So the lead stays 10-1. It's off to Howe on the short corner. Up top, Wiltz. Inside, Davis, no good, but she is fouled. So it'll be the third Independent foul, and it'll send Macy Davis to the free throw line with 4 points.
Third. At the line for Emporia, Macy Davis shooting 2.
Macy will shoot 2 free throws. Macy with 4. First one up is in
Free throw number 1 is in and out.
free throw line here in the freshman campaign. Eyes the mark on the second Macy.
Second one banks in. So 5 points apiece for Davis and Wiltz for Emporia. And then 1 on the free throw from Beheimer. Lady Spartans lead at 11-1. Pass goes through a few hands off to Davis. Backside, Aguirre underhand, no good. Cunningham offensive board. Off to Wiltz. Emporia swings it around. Cunningham on the wing. Thought about stepping into the shot. Now off corner, Aguirre. Aguirre's 3, no good. She's been the main 3-point threat for the Lady Spartans so far this year. Malcolm will take it in with the left off to Del Miro. Short corner, pump fakes. Up top, Fleming. Right back over to Malcolm. Malcolm drives in on Wiltz, kicks out, and nearly backcourt. Cunningham ends up with it for Emporia, and she'll go all the way with a foul. And Audrey Cunningham now will go to the free throw line for the Lady Spartans.
Independent foul number 3, Shaylee Self. Her first, team's 4th. At the line for Emporia.
Now we'll sit. Audrey Cunningham to shoot her first free throws of the season. Eyes the mark on the first.
And the first free throw good for Cunningham. And second one short. Malcolm will get the rebound. And Emporia extends the lead by 1. Self trying to work around Davis. Up top, Del Miro. Del Miro goes with the right, and they tech. Is either Cunningham or Howe with the foul? It's Howe.
Ryan Howe. Her first, team's 5th. Checking into the Spartans, number 15, Sydney Beheimer.
And with that stoppage, it'll bring Sydney Beheimer in now for Bailey Wiltz. But it is going to be free throws for Independent.
Line for Independent. Chelsea DeMiro shooting 2.
Of the opening quarter. Chelsea Del Muro, 5'9" sophomore. First one up is in.
And the first one goes for Del Muro to bring the lead down to 10, and now this one to bring it down to 9.
Also in that state championship team last year. Second one on the way.
And the second one good as well. So 12-3. Lady Spartan lead back down to single digits at 9. With 2 to play in quarter number 1. Aguirre was searching, now gives it off to Davis. Up top, Cunningham. Fakes from the top of the key. Inside to a cutting Howe. Now a tangle up for the basketball. The possession arrow gives it to Independent. It's a 2-2-1 for the Lady Spartans here on the full court pressure. Del Muro will eventually bring it across for Independent. Crosses over, drives, floats it, no good. And rebound goes to Aguirre. Aguirre, good moves to work past the pressure from the Panthers. Inside to Davis on the elbow. Davis goes up, underhand, left hand, good. And Macy Davis with 7. Emporia High leads at 14-3. It's swung around Malcolm. Malcolm shoots, no good. And Ryan Howe gets the rebound. Now everyone getting involved for Emporia. And Self steals it from behind. A drive in by Malcolm. Nearly went, but ended up falling out. Clock down to 40. Right wing, Beheimer inside once again to a Cuttinghow, and it's right back out. Cunningham inside to Davis. Davis goes with the left, kicks out Aguirre. Aguirre sets up, top of the key, three off the front of the rim. Davis forward, no good on the putback. And eventually, Marpaldia grabs the rebound for the Lady Panthers. Down to 5. Corner, Del Muro. No good. Rebound. Got to get a shot off. They don't. And so that concludes the first quarter. It's Emporia High up 14-3. We'll take a quick break and be back with second quarter action in a moment on E-Town Sports Network. Well, we return to Wichita. It's a 14-3 Emporia High lead here to start the second quarter. And Emporia will come in with a little bit of a new lineup now, adding Aislinn Farrell, Elizabeth Moreno, and Audrey Cunningham. It's inside. Moreno walked. Independent will get it back. Self will go into a trap between Farrell and Beheimer. It goes out of bounds. And Independent will keep it. Self from the sideline into Del Muro. Del Muro with the right. Off to Fleming. Fleming a long two. Misses short. And Wiltz will get it. And Emporia will move it quickly again. You can tell they've been trying to set the pace of this one here. Beheimer is trying to get it inside to Farrell. Instead gives it up top to Cunningham. Up top now, Cunningham's three, and no good. Beheimer in for the rebound. Now a ton of players get in there. It's a jump ball, and that's going to give it to Independent. And Macy Davis and Jada Geary now will return for the Lady Spartans. In the middle, Del Muro. Off to Self. Right corner, Fleming. Del Muro up top. Thought about setting up for the three instead. Makes a couple moves, now goes down to the corner. Self sets up for three now up top. It rolls in off the back iron. And so now Independent has cut this one down to 8. Inside Moreno, good pass over the top to Davis. And Davis will lay it in. 9 points for Macy Davis. Good first half for her. And now poked away. Wiltz. Emporia is going to get the steal. Right corner, Aguirre. Inside to Davis. Now long two for Wiltz. Too strong. Rebounded Macy Davis. Emporia is going to get another second chance opportunity. And that has been key for the Lady Spartans here in this one. Aguirre inside to Davis. Out to Aguirre, corner three. Nothing but net. Jade Aguirre gets on the board. And just like that, the lead is right back out to 13 at 19-6. Aguirre then comes and tips the pass. Eventually, it's across from the Lady Panthers and blocked by Moreno. Elizabeth Moreno, who came in over the change between quarters, comes in and gets the block. Now it's inside to Moreno, out to Davis. Across the court to Aguirre and bounced over to Cunningham. Aguirre will set up for another one. No good off the front of the rim, and Wilson nearly got the offensive board, but it ends up going out of bounds. And with that, Sydney Beheimer and Ryan Howe will come back into the game for Elizabeth Moreno and Audrey Cunningham. So, over to Malcolm, and they get Howe with the block.
Emporia foul number 1, Ryan Howe. Her second, team's first of the quarter.
It'll be the second on Howe and the first foul from either team here in the second quarter.
Checking in for Emporia.
And Farrell will come in for her now. Over to Del Muro on the inbounds pass from Self. Bounce pass, good find backside. Malcolm good with the right hand on the left side. And that'll be the first field goal. Or, sorry, the second field goal here. First 2-point field goal from Independent. Long two now for Beheimer. It rolls in and out. And Farrell's going to get the board and also get fouled down low on the short corner. And Emporia continues to dominate the board.
Foul number 12. Chandra Malpartida. Her first, team's first of the quarter. Checking in for Independent.
It'll be Piper Short checking back in for Independent for Chandra Malpartida. Aguirre will search. It's into the corner. Farrell spinning, gives it out to Davis. Right back up top to Aguirre. Left wing. Farrell will hold it again. And pass knocked away by Del Muro. Out of bounds, Emporia is going to keep it. Corner, Wiltz sets up, and it's in and out. Couple of unlucky rolls, but the Lady Spartans are going to get it back again. Aguirre steps up off to Beheimer inside. Davis was trying to find Farrell backside. Independent knocked it away. And Kaylee Self has been running the point most of the day. Will bring it down again. And Wiltz knocked it away and came up with it. Deep pass up to Davis. Davis gonna go with the contact from Del Muro. It's good. Had to think it would have been an and one, but either way, Davis finished through the contact, and she has 11. Del Muro takes all the way down the baseline and stepped out before releasing the right-handed pass. Right wing, Farrell inside Davis. Out to Aguirre, Farrell from the wing. No good off the backboard, and it's another Sydney Beheimer offensive board. And what's usually been Emporia's kryptonite this year has been what has helped them. It's the offensive boards. Aguirre in and out from the mid-range shot, and they get a foul now. Let's see if it's on Davis or Beheimer. It is on Davis, and that'll be her second. It'll be the second for Emporia High's leading scorer, and that will bring Elizabeth Moreno in for her. Del Muro Up top, Self nearly lost it, got it off. Right back up top to Del Miro. On the wing inside, another good find to Malcolm. And Del Miro to Malcolm has been the main form of scoring here for Independent now in the second quarter. Once again, Emporia keeps working the elbow. Now Beheimer will take it down the baseline, and she traveled. Del Miro. Up top, looking, gives off Self. Self down the baseline now, and she is fouled. It'll be 2 free throws for Kaylee Self, who has 4 for Independent.
At the line for Independent, Kaylee Self shooting 2.
This is the Wichita State PA announcer right here. That's what he just said, shooting 2. First one for Self is short.
And the first one misses short. Second one does go. And so that'll have Self leading the way with 5 for the Lady Panthers. It's bounced up top to Aguirre, off to Beheimer on the wing. Swung around. Up top to Beheimer. Corner inside Wiltz. Wiltz will run the post now. It's no good, and Piper Short gets the rebound. Independent will bring it the other way. Del Miro pulls up from just inside the three-point line. It's no good, and Malcolm will end up getting the rebound to keep it with Independent. Off to Fleming. Fleming's corner 3, no good. Malcolm board again. And they get Wiltz for a foul down low. The second on Wiltz. So despite the Emporia lead, they're in quite a bit of foul trouble here early in this one. Lady Spartans lead at 21-11. Shot no good from the corner, off to Aguirre. Aguirre will push it. Emporia's got numbers. Aguirre goes up with the left, and it is blocked and goes out of bounds. Independent will get it back. Audrey Cunningham now in for Emporia. Self off to Del Miro. Del Miro bounces off, and pass knocked away by Aguirre. It will stay Independent. Ball off the tip despite going back court. Del Miro goes with the right. No good. Short grabs the rebound, and it's going to stay with Independent. They get another offensive board. Malcolm now will drive inside. Del Miro good, plus the foul. And Chelsea Del Miro, who's been ditching it a lot as well for Independent, now will go to the free throw line to try and be the Lady Panthers, one of the Lady Panthers' leading scorers.
Del Miro at the line for the three-point play.
Now we'll send Del Miro to the free throw line. Try to cut it to 7. Would be the closest Independent has been in a while. Free throw is in.
And the first one is good. And Del Miro has 5 along with Self, and then there's 4 from Melissa Malcolm for Independent as they stay in that 2-3 zone, and we're going to get an Emporia timeout. We'll take a quick break. It's a full timeout, and be back in a moment on E-Town Sports Network. back to the Independent School here in Wichita. And Emporia will have it here as we start the final 16.5 of the first half. Lady Spartans lead it 21-14 in search of that first win of the 24-25 season, and right now it's a good start. Although Independent has cut it down from what was at 1.13 at 21-8. Beheimer at the buzzer, no good. I don't know if it would have counted for sure, but either way it misses. And we'll go to the half now. Emporia up 21-14. We'll be back with some stats in a moment on E-Town Sports Network. Back from the half, it's Emporia High leading the way 21-14. And the Lady Spartans came out quick on a 10-0 start, or a 10-1 start, with the full court press to giving pressure, or giving trouble to the Lady Panthers of Independent. That being said, although the lead was up to 13 at one point, the Lady Panthers have fought their way back to make it down to 7. Leading the way for Emporia was Macy Davis with 11, Bailey Wiltz had 5, and Jada Geary with 3, and then 1 each from Sydney Beheimer and Audrey Cunningham. For Independent, it was Kaylee Self and Chelsea Del Miro with 5 points, and then Marissa Malcolm led with 4. And so we'll see what Emporia can do to come out and close this one out. But with that being said, we'll take one more quick break and then be back with the second half on E-Town Sports Network. Back here for the second half, it'll be Emporia High basketball out of the break. And Jada Geary will bring it down for the Lady Spartans. Up top, Aguirre for a three to open the half, short. And we'll go out of bounds and to the Lady Panthers as they will try to put up the first points of this second half. As Emporia will come out face guarding Del Muro. And now Malcolm walked. Into Aguirre on the wing to Beheimer. Back up top, Aguirre. Inside, Davis fakes, spins, gets it out, Aguirre. Extra pass to Wiltz. Kicks out to Davis, or sorry, to Beheimer. Now Wiltz for three, short. Rebound goes to Macy Davis again, and Emporia continues to get offensive rebounds. Davis will spin, puts it up, no good. And so, once again, Independent will have a chance to put up the first points, and Emporia again will face guard Chelsea Del Muro, who ties Kaylee Self with the lead in scoring, but not anymore, as Marissa Malcolm with a tough lay to have 6 on the evening and cut the lead down to 5. The lowest since Emporia had it cut down to 7 in the first quarter. Wiltz swung from Howe up top of Geary. And Emporia will continue to move it around in this 2-3 zone from Independent. The shot from Aguirre, no good off the glass, and Malcolm ends up with the board. And it's no good as they try to get the deep pass into Del Muro, but it stays with Independent. Inside, Malcolm up with a foul, and we'll send Malcolm to the free throw line.
Emporia foul number 1, Ryan Howe.
It'll be Ryan Howe's third.
At the line for Independent. Malcolm shoots the
As Coach Scott will try to plead the case. And the first free throw good for Malcolm, who now has 7. It's just 3 different scores for Independent, but they find themselves down just 4 now. It'll be the smallest deficit since Emporia started off 4-0. The free throw no good. Del Muro grabbed the board but couldn't get the putback. And now they get a travel. And we're going to get a timeout from Emporia. Independent back in and now down 4. We'll take a break with them as well and be back in a moment on E-Town Sports Network. Back here in Wichita, the Independent Panthers have cut it down now to a 4-point lead, the lowest since Emporia went on that 4-0 run, or will start off on that 10-0 run in the first quarter. But when it was 4-0 Emporia, that was the last time the lead was this small. It'll be Malcolm up top, who's been the only scorer in the second half so far, but she loses it out of bounds. And Emporia will get it back, trying to stop, or trying to at least extend this lead back out now. And the pass finds its way into Del Muro's hands, Independent, and they will drive it down now with a chance to cut it down to a score. Malcolm off to Self. Up top, Aguirre nearly stole it. Malcolm got it back. Now Piper short, no good. It's knocked away by Davis and out of bounds.
Returning for Emporia, number 24,
And Elizabeth Moreno will now come back in for Kinsley Hans. Inside Malcolm, and Malcolm draws another Emporia foul. That'll be Malcolm back to the free throw line.
Bailey Wills, her third, team's second at the line for Independent. Marissa Malcolm shooting 2.
Marissa Malcolm to shoot 2 free throws. 7.9 rebounds. First one, 2.
And first one misses. Malcolm has a second chance now to cut it down to a score. And it is short. It goes out of bounds. Off of Moreno. Emporia trying to debate that call. It's into the corner to Malcolm. It'll be a third opportunity now for Independent. Off to Short. Short, no good. Gets her own rebound, but Davis took it away. And a mix-up between her and Beheimer finds its way back in Del Muro's hands. Self now to cut it to 1. It's no good. And Moreno trips. The ball rolls out of bounds, and it is going to stay again with Independent. Self looking into Del Muro. Fleming up top, Self. Uses a screen from Del Muro. Kicked out, Fleming. Fleming lost it. Aguirre comes up with it. Emporia's got numbers. Up to Davis. Davis takes it in, right-handed. Good. And Macy Davis continues to lead the Lady Spartans with 13, and she puts them on the board in the second half. And now Emporia forces the turnover. And so now Emporia starting to get that momentum back. They force the Independent turnover. And with that, Chandra Malpartida will come in. For Piper Short. And Emporia will set it up from the baseline. They start off in a box. And now inside, Davis spinning. And good. Macy Davis, the first 4 Emporia points of the second half, and a 4-0 run of her own to push the lead back out to 8, and the Lady Spartans back in control. Self tries to work around Aguirre. Now Malcolm inside. Malcolm with the left. Good. And Marissa Malcolm and Macy Davis with a duel here in the second half. Malcolm with the first, with the all 5 points of Independent here to start the second half. Davis with all 4 for Emporia, and Davis now with all 6. Macy Davis with 17 starting to take over. We'll get a timeout, Emporia, a 30-second one. We'll take a quick break and be back in a moment on E-Town Sports Network. Out of the Emporia timeout. And it will be Independent ball. Into Malcolm, off to Self. Aguirre will come up to bring half-court pressure, and Aguirre poked it away. Aguirre goes the other way, off to Davis. Davis is fouled on the way up. And Macy Davis, who has the first 6 points for Emporia in the second half, will go to the line. The foul is on Self.
Haley Self, her second, the team's first of the
Her
quarter.
second.
At the line for Emporia, Macy Davis
And too much on the first one.
She could have her first 20-point game in her high school career tonight.
Second one in and out, and Wiltz nearly saved it, but it went out of bounds off Independent anyways. So Emporia is going to keep it from the baseline. Davis tried to find a Geary. It goes out of bounds. So Independent will win it back anyways. Searching is Self into Malcolm, right back to Self. Emporia now face guard and stolen. Geary, they both make contact with a floor loose ball. And Emporia is going to get it on the sideline. Hustle play from 4 different players, 2 from each team. Emporia is going to end up with it. It's into Geary. Left wing, Wiltz. Cross court, Beheimer. No good. And Malcolm will grab the rebound. As we were saying before, that ball got poked out. It'll be Beheimer and Wiltz face guarding Malcolm and Delmiro. Now Aguirre's got Self in trouble again. Aguirre's been a big defensive piece, and Independent's going to have to call a timeout to keep the ball. And Emporia coming up with a solution now. We'll take a break on the timeout and be back with third quarter action on ESN. Well, Emporia High leads it by 8. And they've started a face guard, Marissa Malcolm and Chelsea Delmiro. They start off just with Delmiro, and then Malcolm scored 5 points for Independent, so they decided to face guard both of them. As Self will bring it down to Aguirre, who's given her a lot of trouble here. Let's force the turnovers to allow Emporia to extend this lead. It's backside, and up from Padrina it goes, plus a foul. Emporia wanted the walk. Malpartida will score and get the foul. And the free throw goes in for Malpartida. Lead down to 5, 27-22. And it's bounced off to Aguirre. On the wing, Beheimer into Davis. Davis sets up, good. And Macy Davis continues a second half clinic, and she has 19 now, 8 here in this third quarter. Self goes down with the left and walked. And Aguirre continuing to have a big defensive third quarter for Emporia. Wiltz, cross court to Beheimer, inside to Macy Davis. Macy Davis fouled as she tries to drive with the left. It's on Self, and she's got to be careful now. It's her third for Independent. Geary into Davis, nearly had it poked away, and now stolen by Fleming. Laura Fleming off to Marissa Malcolm. Malcolm will go in, and no good. Moreno grabs the board for Emporia. Minute 45 to play. In quarter number 3, it's bounced in Moreno. She kicks it out to Davis. Up top to Aguirre. Aguirre steps into the three. No good. And nearly went out of bounds. Now it goes through the legs of Malpartida. And we're going to get an Emporia timeout with Beheimer on the floor to get it for Emporia. And Emporia's going to keep possession. We'll take a break on the timeout and then be back for the final 124 of the third quarter on E-Town Sports Network. Back in Wichita, it'll be Emporia basketball from the baseline out of a timeout. Those mostly just to be able to keep the possession of that loose ball that ended up being grabbed by Beheimer. Aguirre tries to direct traffic on the inbound pass, has to find somebody, eventually got it in to Wiltz. Swung across Aguirre, top Davis, nearly had it poked away. Now it's across again to Aguirre, and right back into the elbow again now to Davis. Davis off to Wiltz. Wiltz top the key, three, rolls off. And Macy Davis continues to have all 8 third quarter points for Emporia. It's a give off to Del Muro, 50 on the clock. Del Muro goes, drives, and it is no good and out of bounds. And Emporia will get it back. Across to Beheimer, off to Davis. Davis kicks out. Aguirre holds it now with 25 to play in the quarter. Emporia likely will try to hold it for the final shot unless they get a good open look. Beheimer back up top to Aguirre. Clock down to 8. Now 5. Aguirre off to Davis. Davis shoots from the corner at the buzzer. It is no good. Emporia leads at 22-29. They remain with the same lead they had at the half. We'll take a break and be back for the final 8 minutes of action on E-Town Sports Network. Emporia High leads by 7. 22-29, it'll be independent basketball to start quarter number 4 as they try to come back. It seemed like they were mounting one, got the lead down to 4. But then Emporia answered. Malcolm will go up. Good defense from Davis, but Malcolm gets the putback and goes up with a foul. And Marissa Malcolm, now with 11, continues a big second half with 7 of the 10 for Independent. And she's going to have a chance to cut it down to 4 again. And it is good. So Malcolm now with 12. She's at a huge second half, 8 points. As the 2 leading scorers going into halftime, Self and Del Miro without any scores, and they had 3 from Malpartita, on the and 1. Meanwhile, Emporia is going to continue to move this ball around the zone. Good find inside Davis, good. And Macy Davis has 21 and continues a monster second half now with 10. And that's still with 7:20 to play in this game. And now it's an illegal screen on Marissa Malcolm. And the second on Malcolm. Geary will bring it down. Off to Beheimer. Beheimer drives in, kicks off Wiltz. Free throw line, Davis. Geary drives in, kicks out. Cross court to Beheimer inside. Davis elbow. Emporia again, good ball movement, holding on to this 6-point lead now. Wiltz, no good from mid-range. It's another Sydney Beheimer rebound. She goes up, put back, no good. Fight for the board. It's a jump ball. We can't see where the possession arrow points from here, but they do eventually signal that it is still Emporia basketball as Piper Short back into the game for Independent. She comes in for Laura Fleming. Bounces into Aguirre on the corner. And Aguirre goes just right of that midcourt Panther logo to set things up. Bounced into Howe. Left-handed drive, Davis again with the, And Macy Davis gets it with the foul to put Emporia up by 8. And that is now 12 second half points for her, chance to make it 13. And no good. 23 from Macy Davis. And in just 10 minutes of second half basketball, she has 12 of those. Malcolm up top to Self. Self open for 3, takes it. She has the only 3 for Independent. It is no good. Handoff, Del Miro. Up top, Malcolm. Malcolm spins. No good with the left, and ever since Emporia started face guarding Del Miro and Malcolm, they have really shut down Independent scoring-wise. Short corner, Howe up top of Geary. Howe will continue to cut across the baseline. Now it's Davis. Outside Wiltz. Wiltz mid-range too strong. And Davis offensive board. Emporia continuing to give themselves second opportunities, but Self comes in to grab it. It's a jump ball, and that is Independent basketball. And Laura Fleming will re-enter the game now. And Emporia is going to bring full court pressure. And Wiltz knocked it away from Malcolm. It does stay with Independent. Self looking, got it in, Del Miro. Del Miro using a screen off to Malcolm. Corner, Fleming. And Aguirre poked it away again. Self able to hold on to it. Clock now down to 5 minutes. That's all Emporia needs to hold on for now to pick up the first win of the 24-25 season. Self drives in, kicks out Del Miro. Del Miro crossing over, spinning. and holds it back up top. It's a long Panther possession, but they're down 8 in a low-scoring one, so they're going to have to move kind of quickly. That 8-point lead is going to feel more like 12 or 14 in a game here with just 58 combined points as the pass goes out of bounds off of Emporia and stays with the Lady Panthers. Into Malcolm on the corner. Wing, Del Miro. And now long two, no good from Fleming. Aguirre board. Emporia's got a 3-on-2. Aguirre pulls up floater, no good off the glass, and Davis gets a putback, and Macy Davis continues to provide for Emporia. She's gonna have 2 free throws.
Independent foul number 3. Katie Self, her 4th, team's 3rd. Davis at the line, shooting 2.
And banks in the first free throw. 24 for Davis. Second one is good. It's 25 for Davis. Emporia's pushed the lead back out to double digits at 10. We get an independent timeout. We'll be back after the break on E-Town Sports Network. Back from the independent timeout as Emporia, offensively led by Macy Davis, extends the lead out to 10. But it's been a good team defensive effort now to limit the top scorers now for independent as the pass stolen by Davis. Aguirre walked before getting the pass off to Wiltz. And with that, independent will get it back. Del Miro will look to get it into Malcolm, eventually does. Malcolm driving through. And it's a foul down low on Howe, who now picks up her 4th. Who had to come back in. First one misses short for Malcolm, who's the only double-digit scorer for independent with 12. And Audrey Cunningham will enter the game for Emporia. Second is short, and it's a Sydney Beheimer rebound. 4 to play. Still a 10-point Emporia lead. Aguirre will hold it at the top. And so far, not really any pressure from independent. And so with Emporia with the lead, Aguirre will hold it for a while. Now gives off Cunningham. Back out to Aguirre, and Aguirre will pull it out again. Now Self will start to bring some pressure for the Panthers. Davis out to Cunningham. Cunningham mid-range, no good. Malcolm rebound. 3.5 to play for independent to try and mount a comeback. Emporia just has to hold on for 210 more seconds. off to Malpartita. And now Malcolm goes up with a foul, but it is on the floor. It is on Cunningham.
Emporia foul number 15, Andre Cunningham, her first, team's third.
Off to Malpartita. Del Muro on the wing. Crossing over, pulling up, no good. Beheimer gets the board, and it's off to Aguirre. Aguirre holds it at the logo again, waiting for independent pressure. And Emporia continues to swing it around the wings, trying to force Independent out of this defense. And now Davis is fouled. And that'll be the fourth for Self,
That's her fifth.
who's been running the point a lot for Independent. That'll have her coming out of the game now for Piper Short.
Panthers number 21, Piper Short.
Geary looking into Cunningham. Inside, Davis kicks out Geary. Geary spinning off to Cunningham. Now Geary will hold it up top. 2:20 to play. That's all the Lady Spartans got to hold on for. Davis mid-range for another. No good. And Fleming will get the board. It's a miscommunication, but Independent will be able to hold on to it. Malcolm now will take it down on Wiltz, and Independent's got to move quick. Malcolm will take the three and knock it down. Marissa Malcolm continues a big second half for herself as well. She has 15 and 11 in the second. 1:45 to play. We still haven't seen Independent pick up the pressure much, despite the deficit with just a minute 40 to play. Wiltz short corner. Emporia continues to hold it out to Aguirre up top. Now Del Muro will give Aguirre some pressure, but Emporia just continues to move it around between the three guards on the outside, because Independent's going to stay in this 2-3 for right now and not have the numbers to guard it, but now it's a travel on Cunningham.
Returning for Emporia, number 1.
And that'll have Ryan Howe coming back to the game for Audrey Cunningham. Malcolm driving in from the top, then brings it out. And pass nearly stolen again by Aguirre, and now she picks up the foul, trying to get the loose ball. And that's just the first.
Timeout, the Independent School.
And we get an Independent timeout with less than a minute to go. It's a 5-point Emporia lead. We'll be back in a moment on E-Town Sports Network. So back from the timeout, there's some talk about the scoreboard. It should be 35-28. Emporia's gone and pled that case. Right now it stayed 35-30. The general consensus in the gymnasium is that it's 35-28. And the officials go to talk it over. And it remains 35-30. And I and mostly everyone in this room will continue to believe that is the wrong score, as it's no good. I mean, that's a big boost that they just gave to Wichita Independent now to cut it down from a 3-score, 7-point lead to a 5.2 score lead. The confusion still in the room as Davis has it on the wing and continues to dribble around as Emporia tries to hold on now with a 2-point disadvantage given to them. 30 to go. 25 on the clock for Davis. Hands off to Wiltz. Up top, Aguirre. And Aguirre's fouled, and Aguirre will have big free throws to try and extend this lead out to 7, which is what it should be.
Number 14, Chelsea DeMuro, her first, team's fifth. The line for the Spartans, Jade Aguirre.
First one no good. And second one rolls in. And it's a lane violation. So it's another one for Aguirre, no good. DeMuro gets it down 6. Malcolm for 3, no good. DeMuro put back, it misses. And Emporia gets the rebound with 6.4 to play. And Macy Davis is fouled. And with a huge second half, she will get the honors of trying to ice this one away with 6.4 to play and 2 free throws. And first one is too strong.
Timeout, Independent.
And we get an independent timeout. We'll take a break and be right back on E-Town Sports Network. Well, with 6.4 to play, it's Macy Davis for a free throw to try and extend the lead to 3 scores, barring a foul. And no good. So Davis remains at 25 for the game. Lead remains 6. Independent's got to shoot a desperation shot. It's not going to be enough, even though it goes in. And Emporia holds off. And it is a 2-point basket, not a 3-point basket. Emporia picks up the first win of the season. You know, despite missing a day, Abner, and despite an extra 2 points being added onto the scoreboard for Independent. We'll bring it back here for the post game. The Lady Spartans get the first win of the 24-25 season, and it's the first career win for head coach Taylor Scott. We'll take a break and be back with the stats on E-Town Sports Network. here in Wichita, and it's a Lady Spartan victory. 36-32 is what the scoreboard said. That is not what I had down, um, what Dylan over there to the right of me had down, nor did Emporia on the scorebook on the sideline have down. Everyone else had it down as 36-30, so I'll give you a forewarning as far as that when we go over the points in a moment. But Emporia wins it either way, officially by 4 on the scoreboard. And so the Lady Spartans get the first win of the 2024-2025 season. They had a little bit of a scare at the end, but led for the entire game, and a big confidence booster for the Lady Spartans there, as they got to go play a good team in Hayden on Friday night, but for sure want to enjoy this one here. And but it was Davis with 25 for Emporia, leading the way with a 14-point second half. And then Bailey Wiltz had 5, Jada Geary with 4, and then Sydney Beheimer and Audrey Cunningham a free throw apiece at 1. And then it was a big second half for Marissa Malcolm with 17, Kaylee Self and Chelsea Del Miro had 5, and Chandra Malpartida had 3. So that concludes it here from Wichita. Lady Spartans get a big win here tonight. We'll let you guys get home.